All right, welcome back to this Elden Ring playthrough. Um, we're continuing to try to complete Stormveil Castle. Last episode, we took a little break to kill some of the stuff that I had a hard time beating. Um, before getting a couple of the items in here. Um, this time, we'll pick right up with where we left off. So we were talking a little bit about how far this castle has fallen. Between, like, we found that Crucible Knight just sort of on the outskirts. There's an especially mean trap here. So you gotta watch out for that. We found that Crucible Knight sort of on the outskirts of the castle. And he's clearly like an awesome, super powerful warrior. And meanwhile, within the castle walls, you've got sort of cravenly dudes. A lot of them don't even get up when you walk by them. The whole thing's being eaten by some sort of rot. The rumor is that that's because of grafting, but there's also a rumor that it could be something darker and deeper. It's just, you've got the servants of the castle, like, running around stealing from people, like helping people break in but steal from them. So we have another one of these chapels, like the one that we saw last time. And I was wrong. I thought that there was one of those statues of the woman pouring water out here as well as in other places, but it doesn't look like there is. But we have another one of these altars, and we have this statue of a man growing up from a tree, which we're going to see a lot of. And he looks a little like a dude from the DLC trailer. But anyway, we've got this guy who helped us kill Margit.
Ah, nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Rogier is the name. A sorcerer, as you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormveil Castle? This place is bristling with tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind. I see. Here to challenge Godric and lay your hands upon a great rune, are you? You can see it then, I take it. The guidance of grace. Well, enjoy it while you can. I'm tarnished, like you. But unlike you, I've seen neither hide nor hair of this guidance for the longest time. Still, I won't forget how it felt when I first came here, to the lands between. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? As a fellow tarnished, once guided by grace, I'd love to help you out, if it please.
And these are just Ashes of War. But notice this one's called Carrion Greatsword. And this one notes that it's a skill employed by Carrion princesses. This is all Carrion sorcery.
The battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Rea Lucaria, to the north of this castle. In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
So, Rogier is hinting at something there. He doesn't believe we should be quite as strict with our fundamentalism as we are being. This fight sometimes gives me some trouble, so wish me luck. You gonna do the thing or what, dude? No, of course you're gonna wait until I... Never mind. I am full of crap. Okay, and we can see from here the place that we found the misery cord. We're now deep within the actual throne room, or the actual living area of the castle. You can see a couple episodes ago we killed one of the grafted scions down there. Again, love the juxtaposition of Godfrey with all the like limbs and carnage and stuff. They're making a point there. They're doing something intentional. Okay, we're gonna wait for this guy to get past and get a free backstab. Never mind. Shoot! Let's just take the shortcut this time. So this is one of my favorite items. Because if we look at it, uses FP to mimic nearby objects. When Godric was hounded from Lanedale, the royal capital, this is one of the multitude of treasures he took with him, also known as Marika's mischief. So a few things. First off, this item hides, looks sort of like the top of that baldachin that hides the Shadowlands. Second, this originally belonged to America. There's a lot of discussion in the lore community of America being sort of like a Loki character. I don't see it a ton, but she clearly has trickster attributes. Third, remember Godric hid himself among the womenfolk in order to escape from Lanedell after once the Shattering had begun. He used this to disguise himself as a woman so that he could slip out of the castle without anyone noticing. Is my conjecture. Like, I could be making that up entirely, but that's how I read it. So that's just, sort of speaks to Godric's character that he steals that and then, like, uses it to get out. This is Sparta. Hold on, I'm having a hard time remembering why I wanted to get up here. I know there's something interesting up here. Ah. Yeah, you can never turn down a stone sword key. Not for any reason. Alright, so we've already checked out this area with the libation statue, and remember we have that image of America giving favors in much the same way. We already checked this area. That's where the chrysalid was found. What? Oh yeah, that's right. You are supposed to come back here to get the item that they leave after you see Roderica. Yeah, the Crimson Hood. A hooded cloak of vivid crimson, worn by expatriated royalty, increases vigor. Such cloaks were given to those who departed on journeys without specific orders to faraway lands from which they would never return. In other words, the gift of a cloak made it easier for undesirables to be on their way. Roderica never once saw the guidance of grace. Roderica is interesting. Because it's implied that she has this, well, it's said that she has this spirit tuning gift. And she can speak to the spirits. And it's almost implied that that precludes her from being able to see grace. It also ties her to Saint Trina, who is very much associated with the spirits. Okay. This is one of my favorite bits, but we might I'm not sure if we're going to start by doing this or if we're going to find the grace and then do this. I might title this episode "Kill the Army." Because we're doing it in sort of a backwards way. If you come in through the main gate, this is sort of what you'd be contending with, is all these guys with these flamethrowers just absolutely wrecking your crap. That said, if you come in through the main gate, it only takes like a minute to get to Godric. Let's look at the Great Shield real quick. Wooden Great Shield reinforced with metal ornamentation. Nothing interesting, lore-wise. I gotta check, because sometimes there will be like a piece, like an explanation on just a random item that I'm like, oh, that's why things are like this. I do have to say it's much easier coming in this way than the other way. And you can get down here, but I just haven't figured out. You can get up there. You have to come from the roof. I've never figured out quite how to do it. And it does make this part a little bit of a pain in the butt. That you can't just murder these guys. Let's look at the exile clothes real quick, because I'm not sure I've read them yet. Worn by soldiers sent to penal colonies. Okay, there's nothing. Okay, now this enemy that we're about to come up against, um, we see, this idea of, like, lions being, important to, like, ancient cultures a lot. But we don't really have a lion enemy yet, other than, like a lion boss that I can think of. We have bosses that take inspiration from lions, but we don't have, like, a beast that is... Well, maybe. I don't know. The point is... Oh, shoot. I've got to stop trying to attack. This is another doesn't respawn, so I'm trying to, my ideal definition of all bosses would be everything that respawns, but we'll see. Don't! Does that count? I think that counts. Sort of a pain, because now we have to kill the army again. But I think that counts. Don't worry, we will go a different direction to kill the rest of the army. Would have been very cool to do it all in one good take, but alas, skill issues. Yeah. We hear you. This isn't great. Yeah, my controller's out. Okay, it appears to be back. He's still shooting at me. Oh, that guy? He can come get me if he wants me. Good lord. Sometimes the AI gets just the right timing to be just the worst. And this was one of those times. Was there anything back here? Other than tons of rotted meat. Okay, finally we have the stuff that I've been looking for. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the Godslayer steel here. Ooh, 27, not 17. Oh god. Okay, so we aren't going to be using that for a while. But anyway, let's look at the description. A sacred seal of the Godskin Apostles, inlaid with obsidian. Said to represent the manipulation of black flame, this catalyst enhances Godslayer incantations. And then we've got our prayer book that we just got. I don't think the prayer book has a lot of interesting stuff to say, but let's look at it anyway. Prayer book bound in supple skin. Incantations of the god-slain black flame are written within. So yes, this is going to be our magic source to the extent practical. We're going to use the Godskin incantations. Just because I suspect they might show up in the DLC. Now, once we get to the DLC, all bets are off. We're going to be doing whatever build seems most interesting. It looks like you could do Kung Fu. So, like... I might want to, if you can literally do like karate, I might want to do like a martial arts unarmed monk type character. Once we get to the DLC, all bets are off. But for now, I think we're going to go Black Flame because I suspect it's going to be relevant. So this is, imagine that we had said, yes, we want to go in the front gate. This is what that would have looked like, we'd run in from here. All those guys on those ballistas would shoot us. These dudes are here, that lion is over there. You have to run up, you have to run up into, through the exploding, ballista shots, and then you have to deal with basically Godric's whole army. So, again, it's like a 3-minute run, and then you're at the boss. But it's but it's not an easy one for sure. And really there isn't a lot to be gained other than like speed and bragging rights. Like there's no special items or like quest stuff that you get if you choose to do things the hard way. Let's go ahead and open the gate in case we ever decide to go that way again. We might have to fight past a few more dudes in order to get our souls back, our runes back. Oh God! Ah, crap! Unbelievable. That's so upsetting. Try this again. And I just want to grab this grace, because we're going to need it later, and I'm already here. So yeah, instead of doing that all again, let's go ahead and grab just a couple more smallish things. And then we've got sort of the deep dark secret of Stormveil to get through. Though we might get there this this session actually. Yeah. Main goal here is to get back to that stupid grace so that we can get to the next grace so that we can move on. Okay, here we have our first sort of basic omen monster. And his dog, who I was hoping we could somehow not pull, even though I've never done that before. Never mind, he killed his dog. Okay, we'll do this part later, actually. You know, I was kind of expecting to have ranged attacks by now. Can't believe I got the requirement for using the seal mode. Though I could still learn the attacks. I just have to. Oh, you jerk.
Be proud. You were a fine warrior. Your only mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lift you to a higher place. Well, who do we have here? Tarnished, are you? Clearly not one of Godric's lot. I am Nepheli Loux. Tarnished and warrior, like you. I'm here by decree of my father. How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Godric's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds. If you intend to challenge Godric, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight. Apologies, but I've idled long enough. As fellow Tarnished, we must each follow our own guidance, down whatever road takes us to the throne of Elden Lord.
So that's Nepheli Loux. Another personal favorite of mine. Come on, dude. All right, we now find ourselves literally at the boss chamber. But there are some things we've got to do before we actually kill Godric. We have not explored Stormveil enough, and it has secrets that we haven't discovered yet. So before we do any of that, let's real quick, we'll upgrade our weapon. And we will try to find that painting.
I took you for no man to lay out your arms then.
Actually, looking at it, I'm thinking that painting is probably in Liurnia. Maybe not. Let's try the starting area and see what it looks like from there, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna be. I think it's probably on this side. It's probably. Oh no, it's got to be the peninsula, because that's where you can see that water coming out. So we need to get down there. Can I survive that fall? Let's find out. Kinda. Or maybe it's down in the beginning area where in the area where like down here. No, because you can't see Limgrave from down here. Or you can't see Stormveil from down here. And we're much too close. Yeah, it's the southern peninsula. Because there we've got... We need to be a little lower than this, but it's... That water... There we are. Okay, we've got the Warhawk Ashes. Spirit of a Stormveil Warhawk, the talons of which have been sliced off so that razor's fine swords could be grafted in their place. With its lords vanquished and its wings wounded, the hawk perished as it solemnly gazed at its former home. The storm is a Warhawk's cradle. So again, we have an example of just how degenerate Godric is in comparison to the people who or the beings that inhabited Stormveil before this, because you know he's these like proud warrior races. We're gonna learn that like Godfrey defeated and befriended the Stormhawk King or the Storm King. We don't know that it was a hawk, necessarily. And here's Godric, you know, no respect, cutting off the legs of the hawks that reside here, and replacing them with grafted on knives, which is, you know, annoying to deal with, because we've had to fight a few of those, but also, you know, just blatantly pretty evil. Alright, next session might be the end of Godfrey, actually. The end of Godric, actually. But it's for sure we're going to learn a little bit more about Stormveil. So I will see you then.